Hello everyone. Please listen to a touching story about the deep love of a father and the power of a promise. The story is called A Father's Promise. Before the story begins, let me ask you a question. If the world suddenly collapsed around you, if the ground shook and buildings fell, what would give you the strength to keep going? Sometimes the strongest force in the world is not power, money, or even courage. Sometimes the strongest force is simply a promise between a father and a child. This is the story of a father who refused to give up, and a boy who believed in his father more than anything else in the world. Now let the story begin. Many years ago, in a small city in Armenia, there lived a kind man named Daniel Petrov. Daniel worked as a mechanic. He repaired cars and trucks in a small garage near his home. He was not rich, but he was honest and hardworking. Daniel had one son named Leo, a bright and cheerful boy who was 9 years old. Leo loved drawing, building small wooden toys, and playing with his friends at school. Every morning, Daniel walked Leo to school before going to work. Before Leo entered the classroom, Daniel always said the same words to him. No matter what happens, Leo, remember one thing. Leo would smile and answer happily, "You will always be there for me, Dad." Daniel would nod. "That's right, I promise," to Leo. His father's promise was stronger than anything in the world. One morning, Leo was walking into his classroom when he turned back and waved. "See you later, Dad." Daniel waved back, "I will always be there for you." Those simple words would soon be tested in a way no one could imagine. At 11:41 that morning, the earth began to shake violently. A massive earthquake struck the entire region. Buildings cracked and collapsed. Cars jumped on the streets. People screamed and ran everywhere. Within only a few minutes, the peaceful city became a place of chaos and dust. Daniel was working in his garage when he felt the ground shaking beneath his feet. Tools fell from the walls. Glass shattered. Immediately, one thought filled his mind: my son. Without waiting another second, Daniel ran out of the garage and rushed toward Leo's school. The streets were full of frightened people. Dust filled the air. Sirens screamed in the distance. When Daniel reached the school, he stopped in shock. The building was gone. Where the school once stood, there was now only a mountain of broken concrete and twisted metal. Parents were crying everywhere. Some people were shouting the names of their children. Daniel felt his legs grow weak, but then he remembered the promise he had made. "No matter what happens, I will always be there for you." Daniel looked at the ruins and whispered, "I am here, Leo." He tried to remember the layout of the school. He had walked Leo to class many times. He remembered the hallway. He remembered the staircase. He remembered that Leo's classroom was on the right side of the building. Daniel ran to that exact spot and began to dig with his bare hands. Concrete was heavy, dust filled his lungs. But he did not stop. Soon, other parents arrived. Many of them were crying loudly. One father looked at Daniel and said sadly, "It is too late. The children are gone." A mother gently touched Daniel's arm. "You cannot save them," she said softly. But Daniel only asked one question, "Will you help me?" The parents looked at each other. None of them answered. Most of them slowly walked away in grief. But Daniel continued digging. Minutes turned into hours. Finally, firefighters arrived. The fire chief, Captain Sergei, approached Daniel. "This building is unstable," he said firmly. "It may collapse again. You must leave." Daniel looked up at him. "Will you help me?" Captain Sergei hesitated. "We will search later," he said. "But right now, you must leave." Daniel shook his head. "My son is under there." He kept digging. Later, the police arrived. An officer named Officer Malik tried to stop him. "You are risking your life," the officer said. "Go home. We will take care of it." Daniel looked into his eyes and asked the same question again. "Will you help me?" But the officer remained silent. So Daniel continued digging alone. Hour after hour, he worked. His hands bled. His body ached. But he kept digging. 12 hours passed. 24 hours passed. 36 hours passed. People began to whisper, "That man has lost his mind." But Daniel did not listen. All he could hear in his mind was Leo's voice. "You will always be there for me, Dad." Finally, after 38 hours, Daniel lifted a large piece of concrete. Suddenly, he heard a faint sound, a small voice. "Dad." Daniel froze. His heart stopped. He shouted, "I'm here, Dad." Daniel fell to his knees with relief. "My son, are you okay?" From beneath the rubble, Leo answered, "Yes, Dad. I knew you would come." Then Leo spoke proudly. "I told my friends not to be afraid. I said my dad will save me." Daniel's eyes filled with tears. "My brave boy, how many of you are there?" Daniel asked. "There were 33 students," Leo said. "But now only 14 of us are still alive." Daniel quickly began moving more debris. Soon, a small opening appeared. Through the hole, he saw a group of frightened children. They were dirty, tired, and hungry. But they were alive. One boy named Samuel whispered, "Is that your dad?" Leo nodded proudly. "Yes, I told you he would come." Daniel said urgently, "Come out quickly." But Leo stopped him. "Wait, Dad. What is it?" Daniel asked. Leo spoke calmly. "Let my friends come out first." Daniel looked surprised. "You should come first, Leo." But Leo shook his head. "No. They are more scared than me." He smiled confidently. "I know you will stay until I come out last." Daniel felt tears run down his face. "That's right," he said softly. "I will never leave you." One by one, the children crawled through the hole. Daniel carefully helped each child. Parents nearby began crying with joy. Firefighters and police officers rushed to help once they saw the children alive. Finally, only Leo remained inside. He climbed out slowly and looked at his father. For a moment, they simply looked at each other. Then Daniel hugged his son tightly. "You kept your promise," Leo said quietly. Daniel smiled through his tears. "And you believed in me." People around them began to clap. Even the firefighters who once told Daniel to leave now looked at him with deep respect. Captain Sergei said softly, "You saved them all." But Daniel shook his head. "No," he replied. "My son saved them with his courage." Leo had kept everyone calm. Leo had given them hope. And that hope helped them survive until help arrived years later. People still told the story of that father and his promise. It was not only a story about bravery. It was a story about trust, a father who refused to give up, and a son who believed in him with all his heart. Thank you for watching and listening to the meaningful story, A Father's Promise. We hope this story helps you improve your English listening and speaking skills while touching your heart. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share to support our channel. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos soon.